Hello students, good afternoon. Hello.
Good
Hello.
afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Are you listening my voice? Listening my voice properly? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now will yes. If there is any problem, you can ask me. We will start the lecture. Also, let me know that my screen is visible or not. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Is my yes? It is visible now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Hello. Hello.
Sir, screen is visible.
Hello. Is it visible? Okay. नहीं है बेटा हाँ क्या प्रॉब्लम देखिए एक्चुअली के डिवाइस जाता है सर हाँ जाता है दोनों इसमें हाँ दोनों भी उसमें हेलो कौन सा क्लास है आपका ये आईओटी का है क्लास 3 प्राजक्ता लिस्ट निकालो
हेलो हेलो सर हेलो हेलो हेलो
Vaibhav,
हेलो सर some students are waiting
Vaibhav,
please allow them
hello. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
yes sir absolutely go ahead
Vaibhav, Shubham,
Yes, sir. Yes.
hello. Shubham.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
वॉइस इंक्रीज कैसा करना बहुत कम आ रहा है सुनाई दे रहा हेलो
Yes, sir.
शुभम
Your voice is clear. Yes, sir.
ओके वॉइस इज क्लियर ना राइट
Yes,
बट
sir.
हाँ ओके इधर सुनाई दे रहा है लेकिन आवाज आपको कम आ रहा है देखो उसको कैसा
Hello?
बढ़ा सकता है।
हेलो हेलो
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Your
sir.
voice is clear.
हाँ चल रही ना ओके सुनाई दे रहा है ना आपको
Yes, sir. Yes. सुनाई दे रहा है.
ओके
Yes, sir.
ओके 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 so we will start with the lecture. If there is any interruption, please let me know that there is a problem. Let us start with Internet of Things. This is the subject which is quite an important subject for these students. Number of applications are going for this subject, and I'll tell you that the industry 4.0 will be totally based on IoTs, artificial intelligence, and machine language. So this machine learning, deep learning, as well as the robotics plus Internet of Things is going to capture a lot of attention, and henceforth this subject is also very important for you to study. In today's lecture, we are going to see the introduction of IoT as well as about the syllabus. So if you want to write down the syllabus, you can also write down. I'll pin out the syllabus lecture. Beyond this, let us first of all introduce myself. So let us first of all introduce myself. Myself, Dr. Kale Vaishnav. I've completed my PhD in electronics engineering, and my teaching experience is about 17 years. I have a number of publications, that is International Conference 10 and International Journal 2. So I don't feel so this is required again to repeat in the last lecture. I have also repeated this about POs. So we are having 4 POs of the department. That is function successfully, respond to the growing and changing needs, demonstrate leadership, commitment and maintain ethics, and demonstrate effective communication skills and ability to work out efficiently. Then the program outcomes, you know that there are 12 program outcomes given by the university. The first one is an engineering knowledge, second is problem analysis, third is design development of solution, then conduct investigation of complex problems, modern tool usage, the engineer and the society. So that means engineer does have some kind of role towards the society. Then these are the program outcomes. So environment and sustainability, professional engineering solution, ethics, individual and teamwork, communication, then project management and finance, and lifelong learning. These are the program specific outcomes of our department, that is ENTC. That is program specific outcome 1, design, develop and demonstrate experiment, analyze and interpret in the areas of analog and digital design, communication system and allied branches, apply knowledge of electronics and telecommunication engineering to meet the desired needs within the realistic constraint such as economic, environmental, social and ethical. Can use the techniques, skills and modern engineering tools necessary for electronics and telecommunication engineering. Is it my voice audible? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now we are going to go for the course title. Yes. Let us understand what Internet of Things is about. So the Internet should be defined as it is the system architecture that has revolutionized communication and methods by allowing various computer networks around the world to interconnect. And this is things, that is the physical object called a thing or person or idea. So let us first of all understand net is that you can communicate, you can connect a number of computers together, and these computers can communicate with each other through an interconnect networks, and that is called as the internet. So in order to go for Internet of Things, we have to first of all understand what is internet. So it is the system architecture which is being used for communicating between various computer networks. And because of this internet, all the world can be connected with each other. Second is the things, that is the physical object is called as thing or person, or it may be an idea. You understand one thing is that the Internet of Things is nothing but you're going to make the hardware and software talk with each other. Like the things or the objects are going to talk with each other. They are going to communicate with each other. And that is possible with the help of Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is nothing but the devices that are connected with each other through internet, and they are going to talk with each other, share the information with each other, and they are going to communicate with each other. Internet of Things can be broadly defined as it is a network or the physical object or a person called as things that are embedded with software, electronics network, and sensors that allow these objects to collect and exchange the data. That means Internet of Things is nothing but the network of the physical objects or a person. Now, physical object, you may be seeing that number of sensors, actuators that can be connected, and person that can be like person is like, okay, and the person would be like as the heartbeat you can check out, the brain connection you can check out, the heartbeat, the organs which you can connect is called as that they will act as an object to this Internet of Things. Henceforth, we can say that it is the network of all the physical objects or person or the ideas called as things that will be embedded with the help of software, electronics, network, and sensors that allow these objects to collect and exchange the data. Now, we'll go for the importance of this course. Why it is important? I have already said that now, up till now, we have reached to Industry 3.0. Now we are moving towards the Industry 4.0. So what are the changes that are going to happen in this industry? Because now you're going to work in the industries in the coming future. So you should know that what are the changes that are happening in industries. So what is happening and what is IoT is going to help the industries? It will increase the production uptime and reduce the operational risk. The Internet of Things for industries enable you to collect and analyze the data from connected assets, people, and places to deliver actionable insight in an industrial environment. That means in a simple language, we can say that it will reduce the time as well as reduce the operational risk. It will help to collect the data and analyze the data, and that will be useful in taking the decisions in industry. Second importance is that we can connect the devices across multiple protocols and standards. So you can connect thousands and millions of devices, and they can talk to each other, share the information, and can be optimizing the required data for relevancy and the context. Then the third one is to implement the rigorous security standards to protect the data at rest, and in mention apply detailed access control and monitor for the malicious behavior. So obviously, if you're going to send the information from this side to the another side, security is the main concern. Henceforth, there will be a rigorous security standards in order to protect the information or data that will be communicated with each other. So unauthorized or the malicious behavior can be monitored, and strict action can be taken against it. Then discover how to improve industrial operations, enhance enterprises workspace, and connect devices across wide areas. So if we are going to use IoT in industries, you can analyze a set of data. You can analyze each and every machine working out. You can analyze the operations of the machines that can be carried out. And if you find out some fault in that, you can easily change it, you can easily analyze it, and you can connect easily these devices across the wide areas in order to improve the industrial operations and connectivity through production. Now this all thing you know is about the course objective. At the end of this course, the student will be able to get aware of different components of IoT system in order to make student learn the architecture of Cortex M3 series ARM microcontroller. So you have already studied ARM. We'll be seeing the LPC 1768 series that is called as Cortex M3 to make the student learn interfacing of different peripherals and microcontroller, to make student learn different communication technologies and application protocols used in the IoT, and to introduce to student different cloud platforms for IoT. So these are the objectives which you can study with the help of this IoT topic. Then this is the course outcome. Students can elaborate different components of IoT. They can describe the architecture of M3. Students can write interfacing programs for different applications with ARM microcontroller. Student can describe different communication technologies and application protocols used in the IoT. Student can elaborate different cloud platforms of IoT. Now, we'll go to the syllabus. You can also write down the syllabus if it is required. Do you want to write down the syllabus? Hello? 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 Students? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to write down the syllabus? Hello? Do you
No,
want to
sir.
write down the syllabus or should I brief it?
Sir, you should brief it.
Okay, only I will brief it. Okay, no problem. So the topics we will discuss. The first one is Unit 1, that is Introduction to Internet of Things. The first one is Introduction to IoT. So we'll be seeing how Internet of Things work out. Then different components of IoT system. So there are different components, the different blocks of the IoT system that works out, and the flow is to be understand how these components work out together for a particular applications using IoT. Then the embedded systems, what is sensors, communication systems, cloud, applications of IoT in various domains. These are the points. Now applications of IoT will be having a lot of applications in various domains. That may be agriculture, it may be defense, it may be in various places where you can, in smart cities, like in the smart devices. So you can use this IoT in different domains, in different applications. Then the second one is the embedded system for IoT. So I do feel so the embedded system is by far the most important for IoT, because embedded system is a part and parcel of IoT, and that's why you're using the Cortex M3 as an embedded system microcontroller in order to understand IoT. So the first point is introduction to the embedded system, different components of embedded system, basics of microcontroller based embedded systems. Then you have studied this one, basics of Linux based embedded systems, so different OS, various embedded systems. Then platforms using IoT, like understanding various IDs used for the embedded development. So number of IDs, you also know that there are different IDs that are being used. That may be Kale software, that may be NetBeans, that may be Arduino, or it may be the Eclipse. So different IED platforms will be also studied under this embedded system unit. Then the third unit is introduction to ARM. This is an introduction to ARM architecture, Cortex series classification, that is ARM series. Then ARM Cortex M series, ARM Cortex M3 processor overview. So block diagram, register, memory mapping, instruction set, all these things will be about the ARM Cortex M3 processor. That may be arithmetic, program flow control, etc. Then the exception handling, low power features, then comes requirement of the Cortex M3, using the sleep mode, development of low power applications, basic embedded C programmings for on-chip peripherals, interfacing of IO devices like LEDs, switch, etc., serial communication, analog interfacing, and data acquisition. Now, this is completely about the ARM, and we are going to study Cortex M series, that is M3 processor. So this is the most suited for the embedded, and henceforth we are studying this Cortex M3. Then the next will be the unit number 4, the communication technologies for IoT. So what are the communication protocols that are included? What kind of communication technologies will be used? So in which the wireless technologies has been commonly preferred here. That is about Bluetooth, low energy, that is BLE, then ZigBee, Wi-Fi, that is wireless fidelity, RFID, and radio frequency identification, RFID, their architecture characteristics, limitations, power consumption parameters, and applications. So basically, you're going to study the wireless communication here: ZigBee, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and RFID. These are the 4 important communication technologies that will be studied in IoT. Unit number 5, Internet Connectivity Principles and Applications Protocol for the IoT. So now here the protocols will be coming into the picture, and the most important application protocols. In order to understand the connectivity principles, we have to go for the application protocols. So the internet connectivity, how the internet connects, communicate, an overview of the protocols like IPv4, IPv6, then 6 low WPAN, basics of applications protocols like MQTT and COAP, their features, framework, message format, implementation, and applications of all these things will be seen in unit number 5. Then the cloud platforms for IoT. Now we'll be also using the cloud services like cloud architecture of IoT for IoT, concepts of application programmable interface, that is called as API, survey of various IoT cloud platforms, understanding the costing structure of the cloud for IoT services, performance metrics for cloud platform in IoT. Now this is all about the cloud, application of cloud. How the understanding the cloud architecture is also there, as well as the concept of applying the application program interface in order to understand this cloud platform. Now these are the textbooks and the reference books that are needed to be look around. Internet of Things, the first unit you will be finding it in Raj Kamal. Then the definitive guide to the ARM Cortex M3, Joseph Yu. This is completely called ARM Cortex M3. You will be having the data sheet of this thing. You can get it on the net also, you will find it out. Internet of Things for Architects, Perry Lee. Analytics of Internet of Things like Andrew Minter. Then the reference books, which includes Internet of Things, Architecture, Algorithm, and Methodologies by Dimitris Serkanos, Marlian Wolf. MQTT Essentials, a lightweight IoT protocol, that is Gaston C. Hiller. Then Mastering Internet of Things, design and create your own IoT applications using Raspberry Pi 3, Peter Weher. And designing embedded systems and Internet of Things with the ARM, that is called as Perry Xu. Now we'll go for the definition of Internet of Things. So it is a broad definition. You can find it out in number of ways. It has been there. So the definition is that it is a highly distributed network of smart objects embedded with electronic sensors, actuators, and softwares, each capable of dynamically generating, analyzing, and communicating intelligence that can be used to increase the operational efficiency and power new business models and make it life more easier and comfortable. एक सीधी सी बात है कि मैंने जैसे कहा कि स्मार्ट ऑब्जेक्ट्स एक दूसरे से बात करेंगे, They will be using the embedded systems like electronic sensors, actuators, software capable of dynamically generating, and the data which you receive from these alls will be analyzed, and in order to get increase the operational efficiency. It will also help in developing the new business models that will make everyone's life as easier and comfortable. Now, the goal of the IoT is to extend the internet connectivity from standard devices like mobile computers, etc. Now, we'll go for the introduction of IoT. The IoT makes virtually everything smart by improving the aspects of your life with power of data collection, artificial intelligence algorithms, and networks. So you can gather the information from all the sensors, actuators, as well as the smart devices. Over 9 million things, that is physical objects, are currently connected to the internet. Things in IoT sense is the mixture of the hardware, software, data, and services. Obviously, the IoT is not only contains hardware, software, also the data that is being used as well as services. Simply put this in the concept of basically connecting any devices with an on and off switch to the internet and or to each other. This includes everything from cell phones, coffee makers, washing machine, headphones, lamps, wearable devices, and almost everything, anything that you think of. So all these things will become smarter and smarter, and when they will connect with each other, everything will be smarter, moving towards the smart things. The connectivity, networking, and communication protocols used with these web-enabled devices largely depend on specific IoT applications. So depending upon the IoT applications, you're going to decide the connectivity, the communication protocols, and then you're going to enable through the web devices. IoT can also make use of artificial intelligence and machine learning to aid in making data collection process easier and more dynamic. The best example I would like to give here is that in Big Bazaar, or if you go in any mall, what is happening is that if your information is entered there and whatever things are you purchasing at that time, those informations will be stored in their data in the server, and after that it will give you the suggestions whether you, because they are having the list what you like more, which things you like more. So accordingly that they will prepare a list, and by the artificial intelligence they will take a decision that you might be interested in taking all these things, so they will give a list of the things. So how it is possible? This is possible after collection of the data. When this data is collected, it will be analyzed and then it will give you the suggestions. When something is connected to the internet, that means that it can send information or receive information or both. The ability to send or receive information makes things smart, and smarter is always better. So obviously, sending the information as well as receiving the information will be easily done if you are going through the IoT communication protocols. The IoT is all about being well informed to make timely and better decisions. Now, we'll understand this with an example of a street light. Now, street light in the city can be made to function like living entities through sensing and computing using embedded system that communicate and interact through central control and command station through internet. Now, I'll take an example that there are two groups. In the first group, let us assume that there are 8 street lights, and in the next group, there are 8 street lights. Now, these 8 street lights will be connected to a common server, and this server will be connected, and this server will be connected to the central control and command station through the internet. So all this information will be gathered at central control and command station through the internet. Assume that each light in the group of 32 street lights comprises of sensing, computing, and communicating. Each group connect to the controller through Zigbee or Bluetooth. Each controller further is connected to the central command and control station through internet. So obviously all these lights will be connected to the central command where the information will be gathered and accordingly the decisions will be taken, and this is called as the smart street. Okay, I'll also show you the figure for this thing after this slide. In one of the figure I will show. Now this is the IoT reference model that has been suggested by the Cisco, and this IoT it's a reference model that has been designed by the Cisco. Yes, are you understanding,
Hello, sir.
students?
Hello, sir.
Are you understanding?
Sir, sir, sorry for interruption, but have you presented your screen?
Yes, I am presenting on the screen.
No, sir, it's not visible.
It's not visible.
No, sir.
Just a moment. Just a moment. Now is it visible?
Yes,
now
sir.
it is
Now
visible.
visible. Yes, sir. Yes.
Is it clear, visible now?
Yes, sir, visible.
Hello? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go again. I'll go through the slides once again. ना इसके आगे मैं थोड़ा सा बता देता हूँ, बाद में हम स्लाइड्स मूविंग. आप क्लियर दिख रहा है ना?
Yes,
My
sir.
presentation is clear.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the IoT reference model by Cisco. So you can see that there are 7 layers in this. So these 7 layers are physical devices and controllers, then connectivity, edge computing, device accumulation, data abstraction, application, collaboration and process. If we'll go with the first layer, that is physical devices, these are nothing but the sensors, your devices, your machines, all those things that are physically present, that is called as the physical object. Then how you going to connect these objects with the help of connectivity? So communication and processing unit. Then the third one is edge computing. So if you are going to connect with each other, then you are going to have the data. So you can have the data element analysis and transformation. So that means you can have the data analysis properly. Then the data accumulation means the data which you are gathered from all the devices, then this will be stored. Then the data abstraction, so you can abstract that data. Then you can use that data for the particular analysis as well as for the application. So you're going to have the control on your data. So you can report, analyze as well as control. Then comes the collaboration and the process. So ultimately, if you're going to involve number of peoples and business into this process, then we can say that we are collaborating and processing. So it's like a center where you're going to get all the data together. So these are the 7 steps that are being suggested by the Cisco, and these are the IoT reference model. Now, this thing is the IoT conceptual framework. Now, this could be an easy way to understand how this IoT can be divided into the conceptual frameworks. So there are 3 frameworks that can be used together. The first one is a physical object plus controller, comma sensor, actuator. So first is the physical object. So physical object can be anything like sensors, actuators. That may be heartbeats, that may be brain waves. So that will be given to the controller, sensors and actuators. And then with the help of internet, you're going to get the IoT as an umbrella. So all these things under one umbrella is called as IoT. Second framework is about you're going to gather plus enrich plus stream plus manage, acquire, organize. That will give you the IoT data center and enterprises. Now, what is gather? Gathering the information. What is enrich? That means whatever the data that is gathered to bring out the quality of the data. So enrichment of the data is nothing but the quality of the data. So after gathering, it will be a raw data. So it will be processed. It will be brought into the quality. Then it will be streamed. So the data streaming will be there. So it may be serial, parallel streaming. You're going to manage that data. Now after that, you're going to acquire and then you organize it. Now this organization can be helpful for the data centers and enterprises. So obviously the first framework and second framework are 2 different frameworks. The first framework is a normal IoT umbrella framework. The second one can be used for data center and enterprises. The third one is for the cloud services like gather, consolidate, connect, collect, assemble, then you're going to assemble there, and then you're going to manage that data. So that is called as the cloud services Internet of Things. So these are the IoT conceptual frameworks. Now, simple concept about IoT architecture. You can see that the base, the bottom of the diagram, you will be finding that there are the input, that is the physical objects. Then these physical objects are given to the gateways, and through gateways it is given to the internet. So what is a gateway? Gateway is nothing but the information that it's like a gate where the information is in a bi-directional way. That means the information going from this side as well as coming from that side. So the gateway is allowing the data to move from this side to the other side, and from the other side to this side. So that is vice versa, and that is the simple architecture of IoT which you can understand here. Now, as we go on, when we'll study the IoT components of the architecture, at that time you will come to know how these gateways work, how the cloud works, how the analysis can be done, and how the sensors and physical devices actually communicate with each other. So all these things can be studied when you go for the IoT components. Okay, so now I'll little bit go and revise the whole slides there which you have not seen. So it is having 3 hours per week. It is having tutorial of 1 hour per week. NSEM 70 marks. Then the INSEM 30 marks. We are having an internal assessment of 25 marks, and there is an oral exam of 25 marks. So these are POs, PSOs. This is the Internet of Things. So physical objects is called as things, and all the computers connected in network for the communication is called internet. And this is Internet of Things, that is the network of physical object or person, that is the things that are embedded with the software, electronic network, sensors, in order to collect and exchange the data. This is the importance of the course. Increase the production, then connect the devices across the multiple protocols, implement rigorous security standards, and discover how to improve industrial operations. Then these are the course objects. So you're going to study components of IoT, Cortex M3 series, then different peripherals that have been connected with the microcontroller, communication technologies with the protocols, and different cloud platforms that can be used for IoT. Then these are the outcomes, different components of IoT, architecture, how you're going to interface the ARM microcontroller, different communication technologies, and student also will learn the cloud platform for the IoT. So this is the syllabus of unit number 1. We have seen introduction of IoT. This is embedded systems for IoT. Then introduction to ARM, so Cortex M series, that will be very crucial for the embedded systems. Communication technologies for IoT, internet connectivity, that is application protocols for IoT, cloud platform for IoT. And these are the textbooks and the reference books. So in this, the first 2 Internet of Things by Raj Kamal, and second, the definitive guide for ARM Cortex M3 are very crucial. Then below 4th, 5th, 6th unit, you can have MQTT Essential, and then mastering of the things for using the Raspberry Pi and designing embedded systems with the ARM. These are the definitions of Internet of Things. So we have seen that Internet of Things is a highly distributed network of smart objects, then embedded with electronic sensors, actuators, and softwares, each capable of dynamically generating, analyzing, and communicating intelligence that can be used to increase the operational efficiency and power new business models. So with the help of distributed network of all these smart small objects, all these smart objects will be in the distributed network, and they will be embedded with a lot of electronic sensors, actuators, softwares, which can be capable of dynamically generating, analyzing, and they can be intelligently communicating with each other, will definitely increase the operational efficiency, and that will also help to develop new business models. So goal is to extend the internet connectivity from standard devices like mobile and computers. So अब तक जो mobile और computers की सीमित था, अब उसको हम थोड़ा सा और आगे लेके जाएंगे with the help of IoT. That is the goal. This is the introduction of IoT, which I have already said. Over 9 billion things are currently connected to the internet, and simply you can put these connecting devices for on and off to the internet. That's why the applications of IoT are cell phones, coffee makers, washing machine, headphone, lamps, wearable devices, and almost anything else you can think of. So tomorrow, each and every devices that will be smart devices connecting with each other with the help of IoT. Then beyond this IoT, artificial intelligence plus machine learning is also been getting added into this. So that will be go to the industry 4.0, and this work will together will be very nice applications will be developed with the help of this. So IoT is well about being well informed to make timely and better decisions. So if it comes into the industry, the fault can be easily found out. You can recover from the faults. You can easily correct the errors that can come because you are going to analyze the data that is collected from all the smart devices. So overall, it will be very much useful for the better decisions. These are the this is the example of IoT. So I've said that a street light. Let us assume that on one side there is 16 street lights. On the other side there are 16 street lights. Now these street lights will be connected to a server, and then they are connected to the control unit. So all the information server will take it from the street lights, smart street light, and then it will be communicated on the central command and control stations with the help of internet. So you're going to get the whole information of that street within that group of street lights, and that will be easily useful about the on and off position of the street, when to make it on, when to make it off, so you can get in control of that thing. So this example of street light is one of the beautiful examples of studying IoT. So this I have explained like IoT reference model given by Cisco. So physical devices and controllers, I've said that first layer. Second layer is connectivity. Third is edge computing. Fourth is storage, that is data accumulation. Fifth is a data abstraction. Sixth is data application. And seventh is collaboration and process. These are the three frameworks. The first one is an IoT umbrella framework. Second is the data center enterprises. The third one is the cloud services. So accordingly, the three different frameworks, you are going to collect the data, gather it, organize it, manage it, and depending upon the applications, you're going to use one of these frameworks. Then this is the IoT architecture. I have said that there is an input, that is maybe sensors, actuators, then there is a gateway, and after this gateway, you can collect the information, you can communicate with the wired wireless communication, and then it will be given, analyze the data, then it will be given to the internet, and then there will be an user interface will be into the picture. So the sensors, controllers to the gateways and internet is nothing but simple IoT architecture that is available here. So yes, have you got it? Students? Hello? 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 Hello, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions if you would like to ask? No. Okay, can I take the attendance now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just a moment.